Hi guys, welcome back to VIP CS, and my god, it's time for Cologne group stage fantasy now. But before that, let's look at the fantasy of the play-ins, which was really bad because Furia fucked it up big time. Keserato had a 0.96 rating game, tournament, which again for the last 20 tournaments he has been 1.1.2, only one tournament which is 1.0.96 as well. So like this was an anomaly as well, so that's kind of sad overall. Really poor in that sense because top 26, the MOUZ one was good, so that's kind of sad because if you won the games and Keserato had a decent tournament, it would have been different. Obviously Keserato had a difficult tournament because his dad died couple of days ago, so understandable as well. But that's kind of sad. But coming back to IEM Cologne, first I will make the predictions of IEM Cologne, and then we basically look at the fantasy based on that. My god, IEM Cologne is fucking crazy, man. The problem is this: the group A is so easy and the group B is so hard. Remember, first thing, Cloud9 is gonna play without Exile for the group stage. Buster is gonna be playing, so that's a problem as well. So obviously Cloud9, what we expected will not be the same. Exile and Buster is like completely different players. Firepower is different as well, so that's a problem, right? If you look at the group A, it's going to be Heroic winning this, and this over here, I think I will go for Monte. GamerLegion has lost couple of players, important players, MA and all. So yeah, that's the thing, and because of that, Monte is winning, Heroic is winning, and then Heroic has to win against Monte, and therefore Heroic will be over here. Over here, it's going to be, I think Cloud9 is still very good enough beating Fnatic, so I think Cloud9 is going to win that. Ence 9, I actually believe that anyone can win this. I'm not even kidding. Actually, anyone can win this. 9 looked really good. This play-in as well. They had struggles here and there, but overall they looked really good. They won against Team Liquid as well. Ence, you know what? Ence is a top 10 team, top 8 team. I would say they are really solid as well. But I don't know, man. There was a break. You never know how slow they will start, whereas 9 is accustomed to the to the environment. They are into the game. Again, they are familiar with this. They are in the momentum as well, so 9 may win it, but I still would go for Ence because that's the most likeliest. Ence take it. Cloud9 was Ence. I feel like if Cloud9 basically, I don't know, man, I think Ence will take it as well. I think Ence and Heroic in the final bracket, finals of the group A, and then Heroic taking it. So I think Heroic is gonna win 3 games in a row, and they will be in the upper bracket as well. So I think Heroic is gonna be definitely be winning the whole thing in this group for sure. For the bottom bracket, I think it's gonna be, for the first one, it's going to be Mongolz versus GamerLegion. I think Mongolz will win it because Mongolz have shown us the quality as well. GamerLegion, I'm yet to be shocked in that sense, right? And then over here, it's going to be Monte versus Mongolz. I think Mongolz is still going to win it, you know what, Monte is gonna win it, but it doesn't really matter because the second team that is coming from here will win the whole thing, will be qualifying for the quarterfinals of the Cologne, and that team will be either Cloud9 or Ence. I want to put Ence just because they have a full team, and Cloud9 is just very not okay. They knew that this could be the case because obviously, right? But I still believe that it's just a bit hard, right? Because there's so many changes going on, and then there's another change on top of that, so it can be a problem. I hope Cloud9 takes it because I want Exile to be, I want to see the full Cloud9 in the Cologne quarterfinals, right? So I hope Cloud9 wins it, but Ence can make it as well. In the group B, this is so stacked, man. Vitality, Navi, G2, Faze, and then there's Astralis as well, who are playing really good. And I don't really trust them. Again, I said the same thing last time, and I will say it once again as well. They literally lost to Imperial. They literally could have lost to Imperial if it wasn't for the miss from Henny, and if it wasn't for some of the clutches and lucky rounds here and there. I'm just sorry, I don't trust NIP. They are coming into momentum as well, so that's one thing. Maybe Faze will start have a slow start just like they did against Blast, but I think they are awake now as well. So I think in this group, if you go with this, Vitality is gonna win against OG, Navi is gonna win against MOUZ. I'm not sure. I mean, I would say Navi just because of the namesake, and they played very well, in Blast, but MOUZ, looked really solid. I think Impact will struggle a bit, and I don't know how impactful Tozy will be against the likes of Simple, right? Obviously, he destroyed everyone in the in the planes, but planes, and then you come to play against Simple, two different beasts, right? In G2, so Astralis, I'm gonna be honest, the way the form, everything, I would go for Astralis. I would go for Astralis. They are in the momentum, they have the confidence, they have no pressure. G2 is the one who has pressure. They fucked up really, really bad in Blast. If they fuck up this tournament as well, think how bad they are in a, like, they are such a big issue, right? They will not have a good Cologne run. Blast, fall finals is gone then, because I mean showdown is going to be hard, but they will be, other teams like Liquid and all the other teams, maybe Cloud9 may coming as well, Ence may come in, and that is a hard thing to basically go through from showdown. So a lot of hard things to do. Because of that, the pressure on G2 is so high. I'm just gonna say Astralis, just because they don't have pressure and anything. So that's the thing. Faze and IP, I think Faze is gonna take it. Now, in the Vitality versus Navi game, I still believe that Vitality just way too good. I think Vitality is gonna win against Navi and will be in the in the upper bracket, upper finals. In the Astralis' Faze game, ooh, oh man, I'm really impressed with Astralis, but I think they gotta give it to Faze, because Twist is coming back as well, and I think Twist was the one who was basically struggling a lot. Then Faze were not doing a lot good. Now Twist is coming back, so I'm just gonna say because of that, I'm going Faze against Astralis, and then it's gonna be Vitality versus Faze in the finals, and I think Vitality is gonna be winning it to basically go to the semis as well. In the lower bracket, it's gonna be OG versus MOUZ. I think definitely MOUZ should win it. MOUZ is much better than OG, right? In this game, it's gonna be okay. So it's gonna be MOUZ versus then Navi. MOUZ is Navi again, the same game, right? So in that, I would go for again Navi, man. Navi is just better. So Navi in the lower finals. Over here, it's gonna be G2 versus NIP. I think G2 should win against NIP. If they don't, my god. But then G2 versus Astralis, and I think this time, the second time, once G2 have won against NIP, they have the momentum. I think then they will basically win against Astralis, and I think then winning against Astralis. So it's gonna be G2 versus Navi in the finals, and in that, I think Navi will take it. Yeah, I think Navi will take it. I think Faze, Navi, and Vitality will make through this group. I don't know, man. It's hard to see G2 go through the way they have been playing. So that's just how it is, man. I think Vitality, Navi, and Faze will take it in the group B. In the group A, it's going to be Heroic. I don't know. Heroic, Cloud9, and Ence. Yeah, looks like that, to be honest, but maybe 9 can do some damage as well. Now looking at the fantasy, like I said, I'm going for the teams which have a straight run. Heroic is the one who has straight run. There's no hard team against them. Now the hardest team is Cloud9 and Ence, and I think Heroic are miles better than them. So and again, in the group stage, Heroic is not a team that basically falls, fucks up easily. So I'm just gonna say that Cadian and Tessus, Cadian is an amazing opera, Tessus is good as well. I'm not going for Stan because I think, if I have Stan, that's way too much money spent. I will also basically show you lineup where I will go for star players from Heroic, but that will be a bit different. I will show you another lineup for that. But this is my team, so I'm going for Cadian and Tessus, who are the, again, I feel like will win the group A. In the group B, I think Vitality is gonna, again, I wouldn't say it's easy, but for Vitality, it's not easy at all. But I think it's definitely, still very much achievable. And because of that, I'm going with Apex and Magix. Both of them have performed. Apex have performed really well. Magix have performed good as well. I thought that he would struggle a bit, with Flamesy, coming in and this and that. But, Magix has definitely performed still good. So that's great. Obviously, they fucked up a bit against NIP. But I was thinking, after that, the game against Big was solid. They were really good even when Monte went insane. So again, this is a good, I think, Vitality is a safe pick as well. And then the last player, I would go for Martin, because again, Martin is a good player in terms of, if he gets a good game, because they will be playing in 9, I think Martin can basically rip them apart. Martin's just one of those streaky players. He will have a very great game or very, okayish game. And I think if you want to basically take the risk like that, Martin is a good one as well, because again, Ence is a team that will go through as well. And I think, again, it's a very cheap pick, and he will give positive points. If Ence wins it, he will give positive side. That this is my team. Now, talking about the rules, the main op is Cadian, which is kind of sad, because I don't know, man. Against smaller teams, it's harder to basically Cadian to have enough time to basically get an op, because if they are streamrolling and destroying them, it's like he plays with SMGs and these things as well. So that's a bit of an issue. And also in those situations, usually the stun and other players just rush and they have to kill it. So Cadian may not have a lot of impact, a lot of op kills, and that can be an issue. But I still believe that, main opper, you have to pick him, because apart from first game, I think other games is going to be a bit harder, so it's going to be alright with that sense. Leader for Tessus, obviously, because you think that the leader should win all the games, and I think, again, Heroic has an easy run, so that's okay. Support for Apex, attacker for Magisk, and noob for Martin. So again, Martin is just, for me, is like if he gives me plus 10 points, that's good. That's good, because again, all the players over here will give me positive points, because Martin's gonna give me positive points. Apex, if I expected them to win all the games, Apex is gonna be positive points, and all the other players are pretty good as well. So I feel like every player is gonna give me plus points, and I think this will definitely be a top 10, top 5 for sure. Now, the other fantasy team is this, where you go for Cadian and Shush from Heroic, because we think that they are good. You go for zywoo and Apex, again, really insane, because I think Apex should get a positive rating, because again, Vitali is on other level, so he will be positive. zywoo was amazing in Blast as well, so zywoo will be positive rating as well. And Minio, who is 163 only, really dirt cheap, and he had an amazing game against Liquid. So he's in form. They're gonna play against Ence, who may start shaky, and suddenly you think that Minio gives you plus 5 points or even 0 points. Other players will give you shitload of points, especially zywoo. Zywoo alone is enough for that. So if you wanna take this risk, that the way Minio played against Liquid, if you play even half of that against Ence, suddenly you get a good point from Minio. So I feel like it's a good gamble. Personally, I wouldn't take it, because even though Minio I think he had a live game, and I think it won't be repeated. And yeah, it's way too risky, I would say. So I'm still going for this team, because I feel like that is way too much of a risk. And I wanted to go for some of the Navi players as well, because I feel like Navi is gonna make a run. But that group B is just way too hard to predict. And I don't know, man. Cologne is a hard one to basically predict right now. I think the group A is much easier than group B. Thank God Cloud9 is group A, because I want to see that team in the playoffs. I want to see, maybe a game between Cloud9 G2, Cloud9 Faze, Cloud9 Navi would be insane. So I'm just very much for that. Cologne has been, till now, has been fucking crazy. It's been amazing. The Imperial in IP game, perfection as well. So I'm really excited. Tell me your predictions. My prediction for the whole thing, who's gonna take it, who's gonna win it. I think final is gonna be somewhere like it's hard to predict, but I think Vitality is one of the teams definitely is gonna be in the finals. I definitely think so. They are just way too good. And maybe Vitality will take it as well. You never know. So yeah, again, tell me your predictions for Cologne and Fantasy as well in the comment section. And good luck. Enjoy Cologne, because this is the last big tournament for CSGO. And it's amazing. It's perfect. It's the best tournament we all know outside major as well. So enjoy and have a good day. Bye and take care.